guys, what's up? I had a different video planned for today. I was going to do like a weekend vlog, as you know, is kind of my norm, or at least was for a while. I don't think I've vlogged in, actually let me check. I haven't done a vlog in about a month. And it's not because I don't like them. I feel like vlogs are actually some of my favorite videos to watch. They're some of my favorite videos to film. But they're so time consuming. Like, it's not like sitting down and carving out time to like film a video for 20 minutes. It's like, okay, I have to remember to do it for like 2 or 3 days straight. And I'm terrible at that for some reason. Especially because with the summer, like I have stuff going on like every single weekend. And it's hard for me to just like find things to talk about, and you know, when I can vlog when other people aren't around, and you know, things like that. And then once I vlog for like a consistent period of time, I'm always worried that like you're seeing the same things over and over again, and I'm not leaving my house, so it's like the same vlogs 4 weeks in a row. So I just kind of like second guess myself with things like this, I guess. So I was going to do like another weekend vlog for this week's video, and it just didn't happen. I didn't film much, and then I ended up going to a couple different things this weekend, and it just like, it didn't work out. So I was like, what can I do to like fill up this time so I can at least put out a video this week, even though tomorrow's 4th of July. I have a lot of stuff going on this week, just this summer in general. It's crazy. So I thought I would just sit down and film kind of just a catch-up, let's say. Instead of a vlog where I kind of tell you what I'm up to over the course of a weekend, I will just do it in the course of like 10 to 15 minutes right now, if that's okay. So I'm really excited because last week I went to a Harry Styles concert, and then this weekend, is it this weekend? Yes, it's this Saturday. I'm going to my first show of the Taylor Swift Reputation Stadium Tour. I'm going in Columbus, and I'm going also in Indianapolis in September. So this is my first one out of 2. I am very excited about it, as I always am with Taylor Swift concerts. But if everything works out, you will see all of that in next week's video. I'm kind of like compiling things, which is why this video is going to be maybe a little weird, but it's fine. So I am really excited to show you all of that, because that will be so fun. I'm very excited. Of course, every time I go to concerts, I get kind of involved in like being there, and I don't think to like film much of it, except for like when the concert's happening. I'll tend to film like maybe the first minute of a few songs, but you also have to be careful with posting some of that stuff to YouTube, because they like to take that shit down. This Harry Styles concert that I went to last week, I think was like my first concert in a few years. Like, I think the last concert I went to was 1989. I might be kind of wrong, but regardless, it's been 2 or 3 years at least since I've been to concerts. And I feel like if you have anxiety like anything like mine, you might relate to the fact that like going to concerts is just a stressful experience. Even if you don't have anxiety, maybe you feel that way. Like, just the sheer mass of people and the chaos of it all, and just that like you never know what's gonna happen. You never know what people are gonna do. You might have, you know, a bunch of 12-year-olds just enjoying themselves, or you might be sitting next to people who are like completely drunk and shoving you out of their seats. Like, both have happened to me. So it's always kind of just, I never know what's gonna happen, essentially, with these concerts. Like, you just can't prepare for everything, which is really hard for me to not be able to prepare for everything. Like, I can do as best I can to prepare for many situations, but there are some things you just can't prepare for, and you can't know what other people are gonna do, essentially, when there's that many people in one area. So it causes me a lot of stress. You know, I try to prepare as best I can in terms of like, I have Advil, I have Tums, you know, if I feel bad in this way or that way, like I have Band-Aids in case I get blisters. Like, I prepare for that sort of thing. And also like, I like to know, okay, where am I gonna park? How am I gonna get out of here? Do I have enough gas if I end up having to sit in traffic? Like, do I have enough food? Do I have protein bars in the car for after? Do we have enough water? Like, the whole range of things, like, I think about as much as I can and prepare as best I can, but, you know, I still get anxiety, and it's frustrating because I feel like, again, a few years ago when I was going to, I think I went to like 3 1989 shows, and I had some other concerts in between around that time. I don't want to say I built up a tolerance, but like, I got more comfortable with the idea of concerts and like how they went, and just as time went on, like, I was able to enjoy myself and kind of forget my surroundings for a minute, and it was really great because I love concerts, and it's one of the few places where I can be in a big crowd of people and still find a way to enjoy myself, which I can't in a lot of other situations. So I was really disappointed when I went to this Harry Styles concert last week, and I could not stop thinking. You know when you just have times where like a negative thought crosses your mind, or you're like, I feel kind of sick, or I think I have a headache, or I feel really lightheaded, or it's insanely hot in here. And those thoughts are just like kind of on a loop in my head. Like every 30 seconds to a minute, like another negative thought pops in my head, and I have to be like, take a deep breath, you're fine. And then by the time I calm down from that one, another one springs up. And it's just so frustrating because I want to be able to stand there and enjoy myself, and like, I paid for this ticket, I want to have fun, I want to, you know, experience this thing that I came here to experience and enjoy my life and enjoy this night. And you know, when these thoughts are constantly passing through your head, it just makes it really hard to like pay attention to what's happening in front of you and enjoy yourself. So it's really frustrating, especially because you end up sitting there like, okay, 5 songs till it's over and I can get in my car and go home. And I don't want to be living my life that way. So I've been like considering more and more this idea of going back to therapy. I went, would have been 4 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago I went. And we pretty much kind of came to the conclusion that it was more situational. I think I've talked about this before, but you know, and anxiety symptoms have like lingered in my life for 4 or 5 years, and I never really expected them to go away completely. Like, I've always been an anxious person. Once I started kind of having panic attacks and being more of an anxious person, overthinking everything, I kind of accepted the conclusion that like they would never fully go away. Like, they'd always kind of come back around. Maybe it'd be seasonally, maybe it'd be situational, like kind of like, you know, this concert, whatever. They would kind of spring up. It's frustrating when you want to get out of your comfort zone, you want to do things that you don't normally do. Like, I sit at home a lot, I enjoy that, like I do things by myself all the time, but I don't want that to stop me from doing other things. So I want to figure out a way to do things even when I'm not comfortable with it. Like, it's one thing to go to concerts all the time and get more used to it so that you don't feel as anxious every time you go, but I want to be okay with being out of my comfort zone. And I don't know, I haven't figured out a way to do that without talking to someone else about it. So I don't know, I feel like maybe it's a good idea. I don't know why I keep putting it off, because I know in my head that like that would be a smart idea, and what do you have to lose from doing this? Like, there's no reason not to. But I don't know, maybe I'm just afraid of like not liking the person, or you know, whatever, but like even if that's the worst case scenario, like that's not a bad scenario. So I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. Let's see, what else is going on in my life? 4th of July is coming up soon. Are you doing anything fun? I'm curious to know. I'm driving home tomorrow just for the day. I hate that it's on a Wednesday. It's really annoying to me just because why does my cat do weird things? That's the real question here. She's literally like upside down with her feet sticking out under the couch. But anyway, 4th of July I always go home. My family tends to be home. Hopefully it's a nice day. But I'm curious what your traditions are. I feel like parties and that big of thing is a big tradition for people. We tend to keep it more low-key, but you know, 4th of July's never really been a favorite holiday of mine. Also, while we're in the phase of like asking you questions, if your fingers are over the keyboard like ready to type me a comment, I'm curious what kind of videos you guys would like to see soon. I have ideas just because obviously I didn't have many today, But I do have some that just like require a little more planning and a little more like, you know, thinking ahead than today's did. But I'm always just curious what kind of videos you like, because sometimes I post like fashion videos and randomly they'll get like 500 views, or some like will struggle to get 100. Like sometimes you like more advice videos and sometimes you don't, and I know it's like a crapshoot depending on like what YouTube decides to share and whatnot. And I know like it all just depends on like the day, like what's the weather like outside, or how busy are you in school, are you working, like it all depends, I know. But I'm just curious like what you'd like to see more of from me. I'm looking at my recent videos right now. I have some more like advice type of videos, and those look like they tend to be favorites. I've done a couple fashion type videos lately. One did really well and one didn't so much. Book review videos have never been like my top videos, but I love filming them, so I know I'm gonna keep doing it anyway. Hauls sometimes do well, sometimes they don't. Like vlogs sometimes do well, sometimes they don't. This last Get Ready With Me that I did, you guys seem to like. Do you want more of those? I don't know. I feel like my makeup, hair, clothes stuff doesn't change that much. I'm a normal human. I don't get boxes of PR in the mail every day. So I'm just curious, like what you'd like to see more of. I know some of you mentioned, like, you know that I've been writing more often. I'm currently like going through things that I've written and seeing, you know, can I make this better, or is it a waste of my time? But I don't know how to like film videos about that, and I don't know if you'd be interested in anything like that. Do you like advice kind of videos? Is there anything specific you like want more advice on? Do you want the vlogs back? Do you like these kind of simple chatty videos where I literally just sit here and spout off things that come into my brain? I don't know. So let me know. I'm really curious. I will have, I should have my concert vlogs up next week. I've been thinking of doing a video on like home decorating tips. I know I did a vlog maybe a month ago where I talked about, you know, living alone and like buying new home decor and stuff, and a lot of you were like, you really loved that video. So if you'd like maybe like tips on home decor, I can do something like that. I've bought a lot of things this summer. I don't know, I always like struggle whether or not I want to do those, because sometimes I do it and it seems like you guys really like it, and other times I do it, people are just like, you buy so much stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I know. I don't know what to tell you. Every time I get a paycheck, I'm like, let's go to Sephora. I really wanted to do a Taylor Swift like Reputation Tour lookbook or like style guide or something, but I kept putting it off, and now I feel like it's kind of too late, and I kind of didn't want to do it only because it would require me to go out and buy so much stuff, because I don't know, I guess I could do it like with stuff that I already have in my closet, but I feel like it wouldn't be as cool. So I don't know. I don't know if you guys would like that or not. I've been kind of, have had it in the back of my head for a while, but I've been putting it off. I never know what to do. Sometimes I get in moods where I'm just like, I'm gonna film whatever I want. I don't care if people watch it. This is what I want to do. And other times I'm like, I can't film that. No one will watch that. So it really just depends on what mood. So it really just, can you stop? So it really just depends on like what mood I'm in. As does everything, you know? Also, let me just update you on what I've been reading lately, because I normally do that in vlogs and I haven't vlogged in a while. I'm currently trying to read, is it Virginia Woolf? Is that who wrote it? To the Lighthouse. It's like a pretty classic, well-known book that I've always had on my shelf but never read. And I was really excited to read it, but like I read at night for the most part, and it's a very like stream of consciousness book, which makes it kind of hard to follow at times, and it's not always like exciting because it's all the stuff, it's just like thought after thought after thought, and only like 2 important things have happened in like the 20 pages that I've read. If that, like it's hard to keep up with, and thoughts like switch halfway through a sentence. The problem is I read at night, so I can read maybe like 2 or 3 pages and I'm just like, I can't focus on it anymore, so I have to figure out a better way to read through that. But I actually started listening to an audiobook because I've been driving so much lately, and I love podcasts, but audiobooks, whoops. I've kind of held off from doing audiobooks just because I was afraid I wouldn't be able to like pay attention enough. Like at least with podcasts, people are just talking freely and there's a lot of just like unimportant things that they're saying. Kind of like this video, I'm just talking and half of it you could probably just ignore. But with a book I feel like it's a little harder, but I've been listening to this Eleanor Oliphant is completely fine, and I love it because it's read in a British accent, because I'm pretty sure the author's British or something, English of some sort. But the character is British and I absolutely love it, and she does like Scottish accents and different like dialects and stuff, and it's amazing. And I'm on chapter 12 of 40, so I'm not very far, but I've been kind of just listening to this on and off while I'm driving. And I actually like it more than I thought I would, listening to an audiobook. So I feel like if I can make my way through this one, I'll start listening to something else. Other than that, I don't think I have anything else to say. I feel like I've kind of rambled on long enough. If any of you have watched this to the end, thank you. I appreciate it. You totally didn't have to do that. So yeah, please leave me a comment. Let me know what you're up to this week and what kind of videos you would like to see. I think I can just end this little random chat that we're doing. I hope you guys have a good week, and I will see you next week with another video. Bye guys!